Have you ever wondered about the astonishing visions John saw in Revelation 4? He glimpsed a heavenly throne, dazzling creatures, and mysteries beyond imagination. Join us today as we reveal the secrets behind John's insane vision of heaven. If you're captivated by these biblical mysteries, subscribe now and leave a comment sharing where you're watching from. Let's dive deep into Revelation's breathtaking imagery, unlocking ancient truths hidden in plain sight. As John's spirit ascended, he found himself in a realm beyond mortal comprehension. There before him stood a radiant throne, shimmering like jasper and carnelian. Its brilliance was overwhelming. Power emanated from its divine presence, leaving John breathless. The very air seemed to pulse with celestial energy, and John felt his mortal senses struggle to process the magnificence before him. Encircling the throne was an emerald-colored rainbow. Its hues whispered ancient promises of mercy and hope. John marveled at this sign of eternal covenant. The vibrant colors danced and shimmered, reminding him of God's faithfulness throughout the ages. It was a testament to the enduring nature of divine love, spanning from creation to eternity. Surrounding the throne sat 24 elders, dressed in pure white robes, crowns of gold upon their heads. Their wisdom and authority resonated profoundly within John. These figures, perhaps representing the 12 tribes of Israel and the 12 apostles, exuded an air of reverence and honor. Their presence spoke of the unity between the old and new covenants, a bridge between earth and heaven. From the throne burst flashes of lightning, loud rumbles, and thunderous voices. John's senses trembled as divine power echoed across the heavens, commanding attention. The display of celestial might was both terrifying and awe-inspiring, reminiscent of God's appearance on Mount Sinai. It was a stark reminder of the awesome power and majesty of the Almighty. Before the throne lay a sea, clear as crystal, reflecting the throne's glory perfectly. Its calm transparency concealed deep mysteries, captivating John's gaze completely. The glassy sea seemed to stretch endlessly, a symbol of God's vast knowledge and the depth of his wisdom. John found himself lost in its reflective surface, sensing the infinite nature of the divine. Around the throne, 4 mysterious creatures appeared, covered with eyes front and back. Each unique creature represented profound truths, constantly observing creation. The first was like a lion, symbolizing strength and courage. The second resembled an ox, representing service and sacrifice. The third had a face like a man, signifying intelligence and reason. The fourth was like a flying eagle, embodying swiftness and farsightedness. These extraordinary beings, with their multitude of eyes, seemed to possess an all-encompassing awareness. They stood as sentinels of God's creation, ever vigilant and ever. Their very existence challenged John's understanding of heavenly beings, revealing a complexity and diversity in God's realm that surpassed human imagination. Day and night, the creatures proclaimed, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty." Their relentless praise filled heaven, an eternal chorus of glory overwhelming John. The threefold repetition of holy emphasized the absolute perfection and otherness of God. It was a constant reminder of his supreme sovereignty over all creation, past, present, and future. Whenever the creatures worshipped, elders bowed down, casting crowns before the throne, a symbolic surrender, revealing humility and recognition of God's ultimate sovereignty. This act of submission was a powerful testament to the worthiness of the one seated on the throne. Even these exalted beings, with their own crowns of authority, acknowledged that all honor and glory belong to God alone. John realized his vision held an eternal message. All creation exists to worship the divine majesty. Forever transformed, he grasped heaven's profound and glorious purpose. The scene before him was not just a glimpse of the future, but a revelation of the ultimate reality that undergirds all existence. It was a call to align one's life with this cosmic truth, to join in the eternal song of praise. As John continued to witness this heavenly spectacle, he was struck by the perfect harmony that existed in this realm. Every element, from the rainbow to the sea, from the elders to the living creatures, played a unique role in the grand tapestry of worship. It was a symphony of adoration, each part complementing the others in exalting the one on the throne. The throne itself, central to this vision, stood as a symbol of God's absolute authority and rule. Its brilliance, likened to precious stones, spoke of the inestimable value and beauty of God's presence. John understood that this was the true center of all reality, the focal point around which all of creation revolves. The emerald rainbow, arching over the throne, reminded Jhon of God's covenant faithfulness. It echoed the promise made to Noah, a sign of God's mercy triumphing over judgment. In this heavenly context, it took on new significance, hinting at the eternal nature of God's promises and his unwavering commitment to his creation. The 24 elders, with their white robes and golden crowns, represented the redeemed of all ages. Their presence close to the throne spoke of the intimate relationship between God and his people. Jhon marveled at the honor bestowed upon these representatives, realizing the high calling of those who follow God faithfully. The sea of glass, like crystal, stretched out before the throne. Its calm surface contrasted with the dynamic activity surrounding it, perhaps symbolizing the peace that comes from God's presence. Jhon sensed that this sea held depths of wisdom and knowledge beyond human comprehension, a reminder of the vastness of God's understanding. The 4 living creatures, with their unique appearances and multiple eyes, fascinated Jhon. He understood them to be guardians of God's holiness, constantly vigilant and ever ready to declare his glory. Their diverse forms seemed to encompass all aspects of creation: wild and domesticated animals, humanity, and the realm of birds, suggesting God's sovereignty over all life. As Jhon absorbed these sights, he was overwhelmed by the continuous worship taking place. The living creatures never ceased in their proclamation of God's holiness, setting a rhythm that pulsed through the heavenly realm. Their unwavering focus on God's character challenged Jhon to consider the depth and consistency of his own worship. The elders' response to this praise was equally moving. Their act of casting their crowns before the throne was a powerful demonstration of humility and surrender. Jhon realized that true worship involved not just words, but actions that acknowledged God's supreme worth and one's own dependence on him. Throughout this vision, Jhon was struck by the timelessness of the scene before him. This was not a fleeting glimpse into a moment of heavenly activity, but a revelation of the ongoing reality of God's throne room. It spoke of an eternal purpose that transcended human history and extended into the endless reaches of eternity. As the vision continued to unfold, Jhon found himself profoundly changed. The majesty and glory he witnessed reshaped his understanding of God and the universe. He realized that this heavenly perspective was meant to inform and transform earthly lives, calling believers to align themselves with this greater reality. Jhon's insane vision of heaven was more than just a spectacular display. It was a revelation of ultimate truth, a glimpse into the very heart of existence. It challenged all who would hear to reconsider their priorities, to orient their lives around the worship of the one who sits on the throne. As we conclude our exploration of Jhon's vision, we're left with a profound sense of awe and wonder. The secrets revealed in Revelation 4 continue to captivate and inspire believers today. They remind us of the greater reality that exists beyond our everyday experiences, calling us to live with an eternal perspective. What aspects of this heavenly vision resonate most with you? How does this glimpse into God's throne room challenge or encourage your faith? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into these timeless biblical truths. Until next time, may the glory of God's presence inspire and guide you in your daily walk.